Hello, class. My name is Keith Lucky. Today we will be discussing uh, opioids. Opioids come in many forms, including pills, heroin, and fentanyl. According to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, opioids are classed as drugs that include illegal drugs, including heroin, synthetic opioids such as fentanyl, as well as prescription drugs such as oxycodone, hydrocodone, and many others. After listening to my speech, students will have a better understanding of the opioid crisis within the United States. According to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, 2.3% of high school students have misused opioids. Misuse is a term used to describe the use of a prescription drug without a prescription. Let's watch a quick video. This is a video with data conducted from the National Institute on Drug Abuse. Imagine one day you're playing football and you're injured, and the doctor gives you a prescription for oxycodone. And a lot of people become addicted to this drug. At that point, you can't receive a refill because you have no more refills. A lot of people at that point turn to illegal drugs. Now we'll talk about the popularity of these drugs. Many of these opioid drugs became popular through, rap lyrics and other artists, like Future song Oxy. The song expresses that oxycodone is a party drug used for relaxation and partying. Pill popping, a term used to describe illegally taking prescription drugs without a prescription for the purpose of getting high or a feeling of euphoria. According to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, over 52 million Americans have misused prescription drugs. Drugs that pill popping is considered safer than purchasing drugs on the street because drugs on the streets are not tested and are usually cut with other products. Cut is a term used to refer to the process of stretching a drug by adding other products to it and using less of the original product to make a higher profit. The Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services states that the misuse of prescription drugs can be reduced through education, safe storage and disposal of unused prescription drugs, better monitoring by doctors and pharmacists, and reducing the number of prescriptions written for opioids. Now that we know what opioids are and why they're popular, now let's talk about heroin, an illegal form of opiate sold by street level drug dealers. According to Association, the National Association of Drug Abuse, heroin is described as an opioid drug made from morphine, a natural substance found in the poppy seed. Heroin can be brown or white or even black, which is a black sticky substance called black tar heroin. In a 2011 study by the National Institute on Drug Abuse, they showed that an estimated 4 to 6% of people that misuse prescription opioids switch to heroin. Heroin abuse can be treated through medications like methadone. These medications work by attaching to the same receptors in the brain as heroin, but weaker, and reduces craving and symptoms. Behavioral therapy has also helped in recovery from drug addiction. Finally, we'll discuss fentanyl. The National Center on Drug Abuse describes fentanyl as a powerful synthetic opioid that is 50 to 100 times more potent than morphine. Fentanyl is a prescription drug that can be made synthetically for street level drug sales. Data from the National Vital Statistics System researchers were able to show that fentanyl was involved in the overdose deaths in 2010 at 14.3%, and in 2016 it rose to 46%. That is nearly half of all opioid related overdoses. Fentanyl is now involved in more deaths than prescription opioids. Many users of heroin turn to fentanyl to get a high when they no longer receive one from heroin. Because of fentanyl's extremely high potency, it is and its ability to readily enter brain tissue, it can be lethal to breathe air with fentanyl in it, or touch a surface contaminated by fentanyl. Like other opioids, fentanyl prevention starts with educating the general public on the dangers of opioid abuse, drug counseling, prescribing medications to help with withdrawal symptoms and dependency. Narcan is a prescription drug that can reverse a drug overdose. Fentanyl is so potent that multiple doses of this medication may be needed to reverse the effects on the body. In closing, it is my hope that the students have a better understanding of the opioid crisis within the United States. Today we discussed the types of opioids, prescriptions, and illegal opioids. We learned how an injury can lead to dependency on opioid drugs, and we learned about how rap artists have popularized the use of opioid drugs to get high through catchy lyrics.